The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling holds a special place in the hearts of many Indians. It's a captivating serial filled with adventure, friendship, and lessons about life in the wild. We follow Mowgli, a human boy raised by wolves, as he learns the laws of the jungle from wise mentors like Bagheera the panther and Baloo the bear. The stories celebrate Indian animal life, with unforgettable characters like the cunning Shere Khan the tiger and the mischievous monkeys. These tales, filled with memorable songs and thrilling encounters, continue to spark the imagination of readers of all ages in India. Just imagine if Mowgli character is real. Today, we're going to explore the incredible tale of Dina Sanichar, a feral child discovered living with wolves in the 1800s. Buckle up, because this true story is wilder than fiction. His story inspired Rudyard Kipling's timeless classic, The Jungle Book. Mowgli, the boy raised by wolves, bears an creepy resemblance to Sanichar, making us wonder if Kipling drew inspiration from this real-life tale. Deep in the jungles of India, a story unfolded that captured imaginations for years to come. It's the story of Dina Sanichar, a boy raised not by humans, but by many wolves. His life blurred the lines between human and animal. The year was 1867. A group of hunters ventured into the dense forests of Bulandshahr, Uttar Pradesh, India. As they walked through the jungle, they came across something that made them shiver all over. Nestled within a dark cave, they found a young boy, around 6 years old. But something wasn't quite right. This boy was fearless. He didn't cry out for help. Instead, he behaved more like the wild animals that surrounded him. He walked on his legs and arms. He could hear and smell things in the forest really well, almost like his ears and nose were extra strong. The hunters realized this boy wasn't alone. He belonged to a pack of wolves who had taken him in as one of their own. The hunters decided to take that boy with them. Sanichar was then sent to the Sikandra orphanage in Agra, a place where children without families could find care. News of the feral boy spread like wildfire. The hunters brought him to the local authorities, who named him Sanichar, meaning Saturday in Hindi, the day he was found. During his stay at the Sikandra mission orphanage, Dina Sanichar was given a second name, Wolf Boy. The missionaries thought it suited him because they believed he was raised by wild animals and had never experienced human contact in his life. Life at the orphanage was totally different to the wild freedom Sanichar had known. He was surrounded by humans for the first time, their language and customs completely different to him. The orphanage staff tried their best to integrate him, but the years spent with wolves had left a lasting mark. Sanichar struggled to adapt. He preferred raw meat to cooked food. It was hard for him to walk on 2 legs, so he often walked on his hands and knees. Despite their efforts, Sanichar never fully learned to speak. He could understand simple commands and gestures, but his ability to communicate verbally remained limited. Whenever he wanted to express himself, he would growl or howl just like a wolf does. Perhaps because the sounds of human speech were simply too alien to him. Despite spending 20 years at the orphanage, Dina made little more progress in his transformation to more human behavior. For example, even though he ate from a plate, he would always smell his food first and never seemed to want anything but raw meat. Unfortunately, dressing and walking upright were the only human characteristics that Dina adopted in his time at the orphanage. Dina picked up the habit of smoking cigarettes from the caretakers. It's not clear why he started smoking, but it's speculated that he may have thought it made him look more human. Sanichar's story became a sensation. People grouped to the orphanage to catch a glimpse of the wolf boy. Doctors and researchers were fascinated by him, eager to understand the effects of being raised by wild animals. Sanichar's case offered a rare opportunity to study how a human mind develops outside of human society. Though Sanichar never spoke, his story says many things. It forced us to question the very nature of what it means to be human. Are we defined by our biology or by our upbringing? Can we learn and adapt even after spending our formative years in the wild? Sanichar's life wasn't easy. He remained deeply affected by his feral upbringing. However, the orphanage staff cared for him and provided him with a safe haven. Sanichar reportedly developed a fondness for smoking, a strange habit for a boy raised by wolves. Smoking took a toll on Dina's health, as he developed a chain smoking habit and eventually died of tuberculosis in 1895, leaving behind a legacy that continues to attract us today. Sanichar's story raises many questions. What were the circumstances that led him to be raised by wolves? How did he survive in the harsh wilderness? While we may never have all the answers, his life serves as a reminder of the incredible resilience of the human spirit and the profound impact our environment can have on who we become. Sanichar's story isn't unique. Throughout history, there have been documented cases of wild children who have spent their formative years in isolation, often raised by wild animals. These cases offer valuable insights into the intricate relationship between nature and nurture. Interestingly enough, Dina Sanichar was not the only wolf child living at the Sikandra mission orphanage at the time. If Superintendent Lewis is to be believed, he was joined by 2 other boys and 1 girl who were also said to have been raised by wolves. There are other stories also that resembles Dina Sanichar's story. Oksana Malaya. A Ukrainian girl born in 1983 was raised by stray dogs after her alcoholic parents left her outside when she was just a baby. When she was taken into custody by social workers, she couldn't speak and moved around on all fours. After years of therapy, Oksana learned to speak Russian. She now has a boyfriend and works on a farm caring for animals. Shamdeo, an Indian boy, was around 4 years old when he was found living with wolves inside a forest in India. According to the Los Angeles Times, he had sharpened teeth, long hooked fingernails, and calluses on his palms, elbows, and knees. He also died young. While some wild children have shown remarkable resilience and adaptation, most struggle to fully integrate into human society. Sanichar's inability to speak highlights the critical role human interaction plays in language development and social skills. Our early years are crucial for shaping who we become, and the lack of human connection can have lasting consequences. Sanichar's story teaches us valuable lessons about the importance of human connection, the power of adaptation, and the mysteries of the human mind. It reminds us that we are not simply products of our genes, but also shaped by our experiences. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel.